It's Food O'Clock on Real Ale Craft Beer. Today we're going to be taking a look at some Iceland Greg's steak pies. So these go in the oven for 35 to 40 minutes, bake at home of course. And I quite like the idea of this. These days there's Greg's bakers everywhere. There's one about 10 minutes walk from me. But to be honest with you, if you're working from home, if you're busy, then you may not have that 10 minutes, even though it's 10 minutes walk away, you may not have that 10 minutes to walk there, 5 minutes to buy the stuff, 10 minutes back, you're talking 25 minutes. If you've been shopping in Iceland, for argument's sake, and you pick these up anyway and they're in your freezer, you just got to bung them in your freezer, and they're only £2. £2 for these steak pies. So they don't call them steak bakes, they call them steak pies. So it's a succulent diced beef with a rich gravy encased in golden shortcrust pastry and topped with puff pastry. So out the freezer, let's have a look. I opened the box. There you go. So it goes in, I got a gas oven, so it goes in the oven. Oh, actually, just to let you know this, it's only 29% beef, which is pretty awesome, isn't it? Not much at all. Right, fan assisted oven, 180 degrees for 35 to 40 minutes. Gas is gas max 6 for 35 to 40 minutes. So I'm going to go and put this in the oven now, and I'll be back when this pie is cooked. Right, this steak pie from Iceland is done. I've just realised something, and it's only since I got it out of the oven that I've realised this. It's a traditional kind of steak pie that you would get from a chip shop with a foil base. Getting rid of that foil base and having a look at the bottom of this pie. Yeah, it's not too bad. It's a little bit damp on the bottom, or whatever you call it. You watch some TV programs and they call them soggy bottoms, don't they? Well, I always do this with a pie. Always drag around with a knife and then try and, there you go. Yes, there you go. Lift the top off like that. Do you know what I've just realised? I haven't got a fork. Oh well, I'm pretty sure I can get by with this knife. So, what do we have? There's salty gravy going on. Somebody mentioned they stopped shopping in Iceland. I read this comment just this morning on the channel. They've stopped shopping in Iceland because the food is considerably more salty than it used to be. So what is the salt content on here? Per pie, 1.4 grams of salt per pie. I don't know if that's great, if that's bad, or who knows. So we've got a lump of beef there. I'm going to cut that beef in half and show you. If there's any kind of degree of quality there. Or it's a lump of, sometimes you get a lump of fat and that's not very enjoyable. It looks okay. Wow, jelly like. One of them ones, you either can't do it. I never used to be able to do that years ago. I'd always get a hanky or something and put it in a hanky and not eat it. Oh, that was that took all of my kind of strength to kind of swallow that down. So the one big piece of steak that was in there, oh, there's another bit there that looks, there's bits of steak. I mean, that looks a bit grainy. That bit's not actually too bad. There's the next biggest lump in there. That bit's okay. A little bit tough. A little bit tough, but that's the main part of the pie done. The main, because I mean, we're all there for the meat, aren't we? And it's 18%. They mentioned it was 18% meat in there. We'll have a look. We'll have a look right now, actually. Oh, 29%. 29% beef in there. But I like to grab the lid, chuck a load of pie on the lid. And whop it down that way. Or put it down, grab a knife, spoon it on. It's okay, the pastry's pretty decent. For a pound. For a pound of pie, it's not bad at all. Not bad at all for a pound of pie. I mean, the steak, the bit of steak in there could have been a bit better. There is a bit here, mind you. Should we give it a go? Yeah, that's okay. Lots of it's okay. Lots of the beef is okay. It's just kind of that one bit. So then we're down now. Now, considering we only bought or brought out a knife with us. Now you're into that nice, slightly soggy, gravy-like base. And you get much more of the flour, much more of that pastry taste, that kind of slightly soggy pastry taste. Value for money. What's a steak bake these days? £2? Might be even more than £2. This for £1. And a little bit of gas. I'm going to rate it. If you went to Sainsbury's, Asda, Tesco, Morrison's, you could get yourself a pretty decent steak pie. Iceland have gone with this branding. They've gone with this. And and the pie would be in a foil tray and it'd be very similar to this. Iceland have just gone with the branding of Greggs to try and sell these. In truth, they're not too dissimilar from any other steak pie from any other supermarket. So if you can buy a couple of steak pies for cheaper than £2 than Iceland do them, then go with them. But I mean, the fatty bit of beef in there was a bit of a disappointment. It's a 7 out of 10, I would say. 7 out of 10 from Real Ale Craft Beer. Please put your comments in the comments box. Subscribe to our daily beer and food reviews. Give us a big fat thumbs up. Boom. Cheers.